Kimora Lee Simmons, the former designer of Baby Phat, is launching a grown-up, luxury-priced fashion line for working women. And WSJ's fashion columnist Christina Binkley joins us now to discuss. Hi, Christina. Great to see you.
Hey, great to see you.
So I have to admit, when I think of a line for working women, I don't automatically think of Kimora Lee Simmons.
I know, right? I had the same reaction, sort of a, huh?
But she's going through a transformation, is that right?
You know, she's just had her fourth child. She's married to an investment banker, a very stable kind of guy. I met him and spent some time with him. And I think she's just grown up like we all do when we turn 40.
That's what happens to the best of us. So her line, Baby Phat, was known for sort of sexy denim, not really office appropriate wear. What does this new line look like?
Well, you still see the sex in it, actually. When it was first described to me, they were saying office appropriate, and I would say office appropriate if you want to flaunt it a little bit. There is nothing tasteless in this at all. It's all very tasteful. It's not a cleavage revealing collection, but it's a little body conscious. There are dresses that are made out of sort of heavy, stretchy fabrics that'll kind of snug you in. They can flatter a lot of bodies. There's jackets, there's suiting. It's very tailored. There's even a pair of tailored track pants. That's one of the first times I've seen that done well.
Very interesting. And this line is called KLS, not to be confused with a former line that she had, correct?
Yeah, she's reusing that name. She used to have a mass brand called KLS. That's been discontinued for a while now. And this is KLS. She has a store that she's opened in Beverly Hills, her first store, and it sells online. And the pants start around $425, and dresses go up to about $1,500. So it's luxury price.
You're right. It's not. This is not bargain stuff. I mean, I think some of the Baby Phat jeans you could get for $50. I remember, but this is not that.
Yeah, this is a lot more than that. I think the jeans are about $400.
And what's going on in her, I mean, not to be a little gossipy here, but what's going on in her personal life these days? She's settled. You said she's remarried, a new baby. How does she do it all? She has 4 kids. And that's not, I mean, she could be sitting by the pool if she wanted to, but she's designing a new line of clothing.
She clearly does. You know, she's had a few years out of the limelight. This is a woman who started out at the age of 15 as a fashion model for Chanel. She has lived in a very public life for all of her adult life, actually. And she does. I mean, when I met her, she was sort of sailed in off of the sidewalk, trailed by paparazzi and a rather sizable entourage of her own. But you know, it's interesting to watch a woman who has 4 children juggling this. Part of her entourage was the baby and the nanny, and in the middle of our interview, she had to step aside and go behind a curtain and nurse the baby. So, you know, this is the juggle in full bloom.
Good for her. I love working women doing it all. But tell me where her line is being sold, and is she showing it, or is she keeping it rather private?
No runway shows for now. She says she wants to start small and see it take off with the public before she starts spending on runway shows, which is, by the way, probably a very smart idea. A lot of smart brands are doing that these days. It sells in the store. It sells online. I think it's KLS.com or maybe KLSfashion.com, and that's it.
And what is your critical review, Christina? You like the line?
Yeah, you know, I did. I like it when I see people coming out with smart clothes for women to wear in the workplace that sort of walk a fine line between having a little bit of it, I don't want to say sex, maybe attractiveness,
right,
but also, you know, long enough that you can sit down and not flash the guy across the table.
But we can always use more clothes like those. Christina, thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.